So now I'm attempting to make the cauliflower I made at your mom's house without burning it. So again, start with saute. I'm gonna leave it at normal, and then mine doesn't have the start button like yours does, so I just leave it and it turns on. So let it heat up for a bit. So this is hot again. So I'm putting starting with oil. I don't know, a tablespoon. And I like to use whole cumin. I will also add the powdered cumin, but whole cumin can go directly as the oil heats up. It will smell really good, and you can just because the stuff collects in the sides. Again, if you have a supported, I use it. I'm gonna skip it this time, and then kind of let it sizzle a little more. I should have waited for the oil to heat up, but we're getting hungry here. So, anyway, make sure it doesn't burn. I can also put some mustard seeds, but you don't have to. I'm just gonna put a few, and they actually splatter. So this is not too hot for them to splatter, so they might not splatter. But I wait for them to do a little bit of splattering. So at this point, I have chopped some more onions. Just gonna put some onions, not too much in this case, just a little bit. Maybe a quarter cup onion for a whole head of cauliflower. Just gonna let it go. Then a little bit of salt for the onion to sweat at this point. And then let it go. Some people like to brown this, so I don't know. I don't think I'll brown this. I'm gonna cook it for a little bit. Pause. Again, I've been stirring this for 3 to 5 minutes, where you'll see the onion starting to turn yellow. You can brown it. Brown will probably give it better flavor, more flavor, but don't burn it. So at this point, I'm just adding some garlic. I am not going to add ginger to this recipe. Again, just to create some variation, I'm just going to add some garlic here. And I think I need a little bit more oil so the garlic doesn't burn. Saute the garlic for like 30 seconds. Until the raw smell kind of goes away. And at this point, you can put the cauliflower in. Mix it up here, and then I'm also going to put some turmeric. Just very little turmeric, maybe 1/8 teaspoon or 1/4 teaspoon. And I am going to put some ground cumin. So it's very potent. So you can use maybe half a teaspoon. And just a little bit of, tiny bit of water so stuff doesn't burn. Heat it up with the water a little bit. So at this point, I'm going to add some salt. That I added it earlier too. The advantage of using kosher salt is sprinkles much better than the other salts. And then I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to add a little water. I think I put like maybe 1/4 cup of water. And then I'm going to add some frozen peas. Add how much ever you want. So just add a little bit of frozen peas. And I'm going to let it up. And I'm going to cook this for, so pressure cook again on high, just for like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. 2-3 minutes, and it's going to take time to go up, and then 3 minutes, and then I might release. I might not wait for the entire natural release. I might release it in 5 minutes after it's done, so it doesn't turn into mush. Alright, so Andy and I found that the Mission Whole Wheat Tortillas work really well. These aren't bad, but I'm just showing you that if you buy them, it helps if you just kind of roast them a few minutes on a on medium in a frying pan like this. So just do like 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. You can add a little bit of oil if you want, but you don't have to. So puff up a little bit like this, and then when they're done, just put them back in like a tea towel, or even just a paper towel is fine too. Anyway. You can also just eat it with naan and put the naan in your toaster oven for a few minutes before eating. And the leftovers, we don't put them in the fridge, we put them in the freezer. Things tend to dry out in the fridge when it comes to flatbread or any bread. So it's always a good idea to wrap the bread a little bit for just a few minutes. Even as you're making them, you should wrap it, but because these were already pre-fried, I didn't bother. That the steam helps keep them soft, otherwise they turn into crisps or chips. So I waited for 5 minutes. I am going to vent this. I think you just have a button. Very carefully and very far. Like this. Wait until the steam stops making noise and coming out of the thing. And so cooking or keep warm. You can keep it on if you want.
You're waiting for the button to go down?
I am waiting for the button to go down. I'm waiting for the steam to, so I don't burn myself. There we go. Alright. So carefully open. Lift the lid so steam can escape on the other side. I think it's cooked perfectly. You may not even want to wait for 5 minutes. I'm going to saute just so it dries out the water. I could have done this without even that 1/4 cup of water, but I was just trying to be extra careful because you don't want to cook anything with no water. So at this point, we're pretty much done. You can adjust the salt if needed, but this is it. So I'm just gonna cooking out the water because I don't want to lose the flavor. So I will probably next time I might even go just 2 minutes after 2 minutes cook and then 2 minutes before I release it because I still think this is overcooked. So all right, that's it. This is the cooked cauliflower. I would cook it less next time. And again, cilantro is always an option at the end of the dish. So you can just chop it finely and sprinkle it on. And that's it.